And the show goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching LolcowRewind. Rewind. I'm your host, Billy the Fridge, and there is an all-out war in the LCU. People are throwing membership explosions at the Milkers and at the Queens. And I sure hope tonight on LolcowRewind that we don't get hit with any of those. That would be a horrible thing. That would be a terrible thing. I will try and protect my co-host from these unfortunate events, but she's probably out on the field right now as the wartime reporter. Wookster coming through. Welcome to Cash Cow. Thank you for the grifted. Wait, that's not a grifted. I'm so confused. Things are so crazy. That's why I'm going to bring in the wartime reporter herself. Ziley Gets Real. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. So what are we doing for 1,000 members? We got to beat everybody. Okay, sorry.
What are we going to do for 1,000 members?
Yeah, Queens just wrapped up with 832.
That's pretty good. How many did Milkers get?
470, I believe it was, which is really good. That's,
yeah.
I mean, 470, that's really, really good. But yeah, Queens just ended up with like 832.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. That is a lot.
One thing I know is that LolCow Live had a dono goal, a membership goal. If they hit 300, LolCow Cafe would get fired live on air by Boogie. Did they hit that goal?
No.
It's a good thing that Queens or Milkers didn't have that goal. Cafe would be fired right now.
Yeah.
Rastov came up out of a cold sleep on LolCow Live and then sat there quietly.
Oh, you could tell Rastov just got out of bed because he had twings of hair. Like, he looked rough. Billy, all I got to say is after today, listen, you get on my fucking nerves. There are nights that I just want to just wring your neck. But I am so thankful you're my co-host.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm just saying. I'm so thankful for you. After the shit that I've seen today, I'm thankful for you.
Yes, you should be.
Shut up. Should I?
Yes.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to handle you, buddy.
That's an absolute lie. You are very lucky to have me. Powerage 1986 says, my two favorite hosts today, Wilding, RWO for life. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's happened today.
Oh God. Okay, hold on. Let me pull this shit up.
Nick Stone coming through the Cash Cow. Nick Stone's a wild one. He gets those girls riled up.
Well, to be honest, really,
let's start off the stream
Hey,
with some
Gwen,
rewind
Gwen.
love. Sparkles emoji, pink heart emoji.
Gwen, thank you for the rewind love. Much love to Gwen. I always love seeing Gwen. Gwen's been around me for a long time, so now seeing her around the LCU, we love it. We love it here. And Zach24 coming through with the 5 grifted Well, that's the first 5. We're getting to
Hell
1,000. We're getting to 1,000.
We're getting to 1,000 tonight, baby.
And then Braxton coming through to cash cow too. Thank you, Braxton. But yeah, the big news was that Savage showed Becky's house on Milkers.
Yes.
Savage and Roxy. So we'll put them both responsible, right? Would you put Mike responsible since he's also part of Milkers?
Okay. Here's the thing, though.
Deb Vlogs, welcome to Bam World.
Gordon Ramsay voice finally. A normal effing show.
A normal effing show. Finally. No more idiot sandwiches. We're serving real television.
I will say for this, all right? Michael has told her in other streams that she's not allowed to show it.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw him one night. He said he would literally end the stream if she showed it. He told her no, explicitly.
Okay, well, this is what Savage said. This is a clip that somebody gave me in the Discord. I've been trying to play my game all day. Could you people please stop tagging me? Oblivion is out, okay? Just saying. Leave me alone. All right.
In your skulls.
No, it's not in your skull. You told me I would get fired if I played Becky's nasty fucking house video.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Did you or did you not? Yes or no, bitch? Yes or no?
Yes, I said that. Yes.
Keem said I
the
could.
shit you didn't want to talk about. And
Now, why is she saying Keem said she could? Because Keem told all of us no.
Yeah, that was a no-go here.
Maybe it was a slip up. But my point is this. Now, when she went to go play it, I don't know if she was sharing her screen or not. While it was playing, because I'm not going to play it here, obviously, because we're not supposed to show the video, and you hear it while the video is playing because you don't see them. So I'm not going to play this part. But she goes, Michael, how did you get muted? So I don't know what he said while he was muted, but he did not tell her beforehand not to play it. And I don't know if she was sharing her screen or not when she was playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, does Michael hold some responsibility of her doing that? Yeah, he does, because that is his show. But at the same time, Savage is the one sharing the video. We all know we can't share that video. We all know that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Mike didn't know that the video was being shown?
I don't know. See, I'm not saying that he didn't know. I'm not saying that he did know, because I don't know if she was sharing her screen or not. All right. But if she kept saying she was going to play it, he should have said, again, do not play that video.
Yeah.
And he didn't in the beginning, but then they got into it later with Keemstar.
Yeah.
In that clip that I gave you. Okay. But I also know he has told her that in previous live streams, do not play that video.
Yeah. Sloth Girl,
And
98, thank you for the
it.
grifted. Wookster says, as far as I'm concerned, this whole Becky situation is fair game. Lolcow Live has set a precedent that all's fair in love and war. Is all fair? Do we have boundaries? Do we have rules? Do we listen to
Love
the
you too,
rules
Tina.
set out there? Love you, Tina. Do we listen to the rules that are set out there? I thought we did.
I mean, I do. I mean, there's so much more shit that you can get on Becky. You can go through Queen's footage and get Becky off of shit. Swear to God, there's so much easy shit you can get on Becky. I have timestamps of a whole bunch of shit.
Max
You can
does
get on her
things, says,
for-
Billy, we want baby Billy. Please make it. It'll make my day. Oh, my goodness. And Dev Vlogs, welcome to Bam World. Do we
what?
do we disregard direct orders? Like, if Mike told her no and then she does it, does that mean Mike told her yes?
No, I don't think Mike told her yes. Here's the thing. Mike told her in previous live streams not to do it, and she didn't do it. She threatened to do it. She even had it pulled up at one point, but she didn't play it.
Okay.
Well, she played it today.
Okay. What are the limits? Are there no limits? Are there only no limits because it's? Are there only no limits because it's Becky? If this was somebody else, are there limits?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to answer that question because I don't know. I'm going to be for real. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that question.
Tina's been saying for the longest time, you know, she's been warning certain things. And it's like, if it's Tina and Becky saying there needs to be limits, there needs to be limits. If it's all fun and games, it's all fun and games. But everybody's making money, everybody's happy, so who cares, right? Who cares when you're making money?
I guess.
Who cares?
All I know is this whole fight is really starting to get retarded, however you want to say it.
I don't know. They're all cashing big checks. They love it. They're happy now. Becky was crying at the end of Queens and the beginning of Queens. The end of Queens, she was crying because she had money.
Oh, Roxy asked me something on Milkers today. I had to hop on Milkers.
What'd you say?
That she wanted to know. Of course, she's going to ask me, not you, because they never have the balls to ask you. Ask me about what you were talking about when you called Roxy a liar. I gave her an example, and she tried to weasel her way out of it. But I'm like, no, you literally said one thing in a live stream, then you turned around and said another on the same night on another live stream. She goes, oh, that was just plain. I was like, whether happy, sad, mad, or glad, a lie is still a lie. If you say one thing, turn around and say another, it's still a lie.
Yeah, I don't specifically remember why I called Roxy a liar. I'm sure if you pick up the moment I was speaking of, I could better tell you.
Yeah.
I don't often think of Roxy outside of those moments. Pretty sure it had something to do with her job being a suspension or something, but I don't think we were talking about her job anymore. I don't know the fucking rules with these people. You guys talking so loosely about everything on your show and then throwing accusations on other people to cover your tracks. You guys are messy. You guys are messy as fuck. And then you make it everybody else's problem.
Preach.
I don't want to. And we have to cover your fucking messes on Rewind. We have to waste our fucking show covering your fucking messes. And then we have to cover up for your fucking messes. And we don't know what's show notes or what's actual fucking problems because you're so fucking stupid in your stupid fucking shows. Earn your fucking money. Get what you got. Convince your fans you're hurting for certain until you're fucking so happy to be making your fucking cash. You goofy fucking people. You big time entertainers. Be happy. Be happy that you're fucking doing so well until you're crying because you're doing so terrible. It's up and down roller coaster with you fucking messy people. Call me a liar? What do you mean I'm a liar? There's like a countless number of situations where I'm pretty sure you were twisting the truth. I don't know. Which one? I don't really care.
Well, the example I gave her was like, okay, fat camp. You were like, I need to go to fat camp. I bought these boots just for fat camp. I said, but then you went on Rewind and said that it was either for your sister or for your daughter the boots were. She goes, oh, that wasn't a lie. That was just plain. I was like, it's still a lie.
Yeah, that was
you
just...
You said one thing here and one thing here. It's still a lie at that point. Both can't be true at the same time.
How about when you got fired on your stream and said, I'm not going to tell my husband that I got fired yet. I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him. You lying to your husband. I don't care where your lies are coming from. You got lawyer tendencies. When you're hiding a fucking camera at Fat Camp, not showing. Like, I don't care. I don't, and you shouldn't care either, because you have no problem doing it. Fuck. Is your house haunted? Was that for real? Was that for real? Were them real ghosts in that house? Oh, yeah? Oh, the scary house? Not pretty good. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought you lie about ghosts. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck out of here. Do what you do. Do what you do, and I'll do what I do. And if I'm wrong about you being a liar, I'm sorry. I'll do a punishment. Guys, I have to do a punishment. I call Roxy a liar. If we get $1,000, I'll put something up my nose, because punishments here are really just a way to bait donos. Welcome to Lolcow Universe, where everybody's punished and our pockets are full. Fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking brat bitch. Get off my fucking back. I'm the realest motherfucker in the room next to Sally Gets Real, and Real's in her goddamn name. You want to fuck with either of us? You better rewind that bitch back. You highfalutin fucking bitch. You high fructose fucking. You are not the one. You want to ask stupid questions. You're going to win the grand prize of stupid. You're going to be a blue ribbon pig at the stupid grand parade. Shit. It's really hard. It's really hard being the realest in the room, isn't it, Xylee? In a room full of fakes. Isn't it? Isn't it?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's crazy. It is.
And I let him play. And I let him play. And I let him play because I was born in pro wrestling. So I think it's cute. I think it's funny. I'm like, oh, y'all want to do pro wrestling without the bumps. You want to woof. You want to woof without the bite. You want to bark without the bite. Fuck it, bark. Bark, it's cute. But some people used to bark and bite. Go on, bark, Chihuahua. Go on, you can bark, Chihuahua, but some of us bite. Shit.
People have lost their damn minds.
Shit.
Let me pull up live.
Lucifina says, baby Billy, that facial hair is cute. Not gonna lie, I do need to shave. I almost shaved before the show, but I got distracted. Wookster says, we heard in vivid detail the context, time, place, and method in which a man, Boogie, was molested as a child. That's the precedent, I mean. Dude, that's tripping. You're tripping. I don't know what you're talking about. God damn it. Good to go now says exactly what the limits, man. This shit gets way too out of hand. It does sometimes. My Paradoxal Me says, do I see a baby goatee on Billy the Goat? Pig emoji. Power 96 says, side note, Zelly, how are you enjoying Oblivion? Yeah, you don't ask.
I'm trying to enjoy it.
Don't ask.
God damn it.
Shadow Humor says, remember when Keem gooned to a girl online while engaged to Brantley? Dude, like,
Brantley doesn't care.
Flirted,
so
and
guess
she
what?
doesn't care.
I don't care.
Yeah. Could you please donate more than that so it reads out? Could you donate 20 so it reads on purpose and I don't have to read that dumb bullshit, Shadow Humor? Coachies 27 says, Billy, you better have set up the iced tea maker or me and Sally gonna spank you. Set up a goal, damn it. Second request, hello. I've been drinking instant lemonade because I haven't set up the iced tea maker yet. Instant lemonade's easier to make than iced tea. Alyssa says, and what Billy just said is period on period. Baby said, not today. Popped out on him. Popped out on him. Frank the Chihuahua says, excuse me, I bite. I'm sorry, Frank. You got bite.
Sorry,
dude.
Frank.
You're
bite. Good.
You got bite.
I mean, Frank is a Chihuahua, so they definitely bite.
Frank and Chihuahua. You want to pull up?
Chihuahuas are menaces.
You want to pull up something?
Yeah, I was gonna pull up live because of the shit that happened with Cafe today, but it was behind the scenes, so they explain it on live.
Yeah.
It started out with Keem versus Boogie, then Boogie versus Beans, and then it ended up Keem, Boogie, Beans, Ken. Crazy. So
Ooh.
But
hold on.
I had a little bit of an argument, ladies and gentlemen. I had a little bit of a beef behind the scenes with one of the other shows. I decided to confide into Boogie and kind of tell him like what was going
Curious
on,
Cat
and
Chats.
he decided to go.
Curious Cat Chats gave an emoji. I just want to shout him out.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Off on me. Rage quitter conversation. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lucifina, for the one gifted. Both of you legends. He rage quit the phone call with me and then went to go fight with them in the Discord. So I didn't know what I was going to title this show, but that gave me a title real fast. And yeah,
Billy is
he's
a
going
hot
to try to
potato,
convince me to
extra
fire
butter.
people.
Crashy says Billy is a hot potato exporter. Why is everybody flirting with me today? I am going. Sully, could you take over the show for 5 minutes while I go shave? Me being lazy is not an excuse for people to flirt with me.
You're not leaving the show to go shave.
I was being lazy.
I understand that, okay? Just don't be lazy next time.
Dude, women go through like so much. They go get their hair done, they get makeup, they get lip filler, and I literally am lazy, and people are flirting with me. This is inappropriate.
Well, at least they're not flirting with you like Becky was talking to me yesterday, okay? I got verbally molested. All right?
You like that?
Just saying. No,
like
I
that?
didn't like that. No, I'm a married woman.
You like that,
man.
Shoddy?
No. Shit. Hell no. All right.
And who knows? I just might fire someone. I don't fucking know.
Better not be me, bitch.
Well, I mean, you want me to fire everyone? Oh my God. What's up with the members? Do you know that Mafia Milkers?
Okay, so at 6:21, Boogie goes, he talks about, we were about there.
Jinx friend says, is it flirting with Billy Day? Hey, big boy, I'm ready for Fat Boy Winter. We got to get through.
Yeah!
We got to get
through summer.
Sweaty Boy Summer first.
Come back. Well, no, stay here, but like come back with something like that come like end of October, November. We got some months to go through first.
Xylee, you don't have to protest so much. Mishima
Just saying.
Bloodline, how's it going? Wait, you can't be flirting through emojis with me, dude. Kydex says, hey, Xylee, if you would like tracking number, you're going to have to harass Billy. I sent him the number and a link. Have a great show, guys. Heart emoji.
Okay. I have to, hopefully my husband comes home early tomorrow because he's back at work now, finally. Yay. Today was his first day back at work. Yay, yay. He got home early today. So if he comes home early tomorrow, then I will be able to go to the P.O. box.
Metalis says, Billy the Goat. Bah. It's a bah. Bah.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, we ready.
All right. So here, he's talking about 300 new members, and Big Boogie has his rant.
That work in the month of April.
Boogie.
Now-
Boogie, I'll let you rant. But why don't you do something? Why don't you put a goal? You want me to fire Cafe? I'll fire Cafe. I'll make it a whole new show. I'll rebrand the whole fucking thing. All right?
Oh,
it ain't working
snap.
anyways. Make a goal. 300 members. I'll do it. There you go.
Deal. 300 fucking. Can you set goals for that? It's only donation goals.
Well, we can see the new members. It's like
Okay,
literally on
good.
the stream.
300 new members. We fucking shit can Cafe.
Okay.
Help me fucking do it.
Go make your rant.
Okay. At the beginning, at the
Okay.
In Effect camp, we made the agreement that we were going to.
Milkers got 470 members and Queens got 820 members and Live didn't get 300 members, that means people want Beans and Ken to stay on Cafe, right?
I mean, if the goal was 300 members to get rid of Cafe and they didn't reach it, then yeah, I guess so.
I think we should give them a second chance. Guys, if we get 300 members on Rewind tonight, all fire Beans and Kin.
Sounds good. We'll fire Beans and Kin if we get 300 new members.
I'm kidding.
Let's go.
I'm kidding. We don't even have that power, guys. Don't do it.
Oh.
AMAC Talking Smack says, Billy, are you made of copper and tellurium? Because you're CUTE. That's a table pun, Xylee.
Yeah, that was AMAC. That was the nerdiest pickup line I've ever heard in my life.
Not
that was
even,
good, though.
that's not even the nerdiest I've heard this week. But that is period, point blank, periodic. Kydick says, don't know if it will be there by tomorrow, so you can just follow the progress with the tracking number. Sorry for being so annoying.
Thank you.
Kydick, you can continue being annoying in $5 increments. That's what super chats are for.
Oh,
Keemstar's here.
Keem's here.
He's going to do a $300 goal to get us fired now.
No. I was just calling in to say I will allow it. 300 members will get rid of Cafe.
No, I was joking. Guys, this is for the first time I'm going to ask you not to send memberships to Rewind, please.
299. Okay?
Yeah, that's the limit tonight.
Limit tonight, 299. That's the limit. Okay?
That's the absolute limit. Sheesh.
Jeez, Louise. Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
To focus on the main show. And the other shows will be able to take care of themselves. And we will hire people that will take care of their own shows. Mike would take care of his show. Xylee and Billy, we know they can take care of their show. Mike is taking care of Milkers, and they're doing a pretty good job. And you know what? To give Becky all the credit in the world, Keem has had to spend way less time dealing with Becky. So what does Keem immediately do? Does he focus on our main show? No. He gets drugged down by nerds, gets drugged down by gaming, gets drugged down by Test, and this morning gets drugged down by Cafe. We're supposed to have a daily meeting at noon. What time did you call me, boss?
It was a little late because I was dealing with the other shows.
4 hours later.
Little late is not 4 hours. I just want to say. I'd be pissed too. Because what if I had things to do?
Yeah.
Just saying. Throwing it out there.
Alyssa, welcome to Bam World.
Because he's dealing with all of these smaller channels.
One second.
And I'm telling you,
reenactment of Becky crying about Savage and love the show.
A Billy Boop reenactment of Becky crying about Savage. I don't remember what Becky said. I do remember what Becky said. All I remember what Becky said was, some people delete their Minecraft accounts over things like this. I have way too many dick towers in my Minecraft server. She showed my Minecraft server, Keem. I told everybody to hide my Minecraft server. She showed my Minecraft server, and now I'm going to delete it. That's messed up, dude. Shadow Humor, thank you for your continued support of LolcowRewind. If you guys would like to read Shadow Humor's chats, they're available in the chat, because I won't be reading these particular chats.
God, if you are unsatisfied with the state of Lolcow Live, there is one goddamn reason for it. It is these smaller shows. Now, this fucking genius decides to hold tryouts to have more shows to micromanage, when the reality of it is, axe the ones you've got. Axe the ones you've got that are taking up more time than they are making money. And the dumbest part about this is what pissed me off about the conversation. I went into Lolcow Live to just bitch in my chat. If Beans was to be in Cafe, Beans would be in Cafe. Beans was in Lolcow Live. And I went and I said, I'm pissed off at Keemstar. Keem is not doing what he promised. He's not concentrating on the main show. Beans is like, well, let me tell you why I got into an argument today. Fucking.
Hey, you're the one wants me to fire people, so when these members come in, you got to shout them out.
Deal. Absolutely.
Do you see?
All right. So then Keem gives some context here. 10:53. We'll do it here.
Address this one thing. All right. Let me give the audience some context, okay? at the beginning of the month, Madhouse, Test, Cafe, and Nerds were tied for last place. All 4 of them were in a tie for making the least amount of revenue. And one of those shows is supposed to get fired.
I need to remember. What do we do when we get a pay pig?
We swig for a pig.
Neverender knows RWO for life.
Oh, we got to. Yeah, you have to tell me when
through.
this happens. I can't see the chat right now.
Neverender came through, and when Neverender becomes a pay pig, like we do for all our pay pigs, Xylee and I.
Oh, my God.
Swig, you got a little slippy? What'd you do?
My bottle is like sticky. What the hell did I do
what happens
last
when
time
you
I
drink
got
the
drunk?
honey.
God damn. Ugh.
That's what happens when you get the honey.
Oh, let me get my Mountain Dew
Tennis
ready.
Pirates says Shadow Humor got banned on Twitch for saying slurs. It doesn't sound like something Shadow Humor would do. Cheers.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I swear, shots are easier than swigs, bro.
Shadow Humor says, I forgot to donate $5 to say Brantley is the best. Damn, Shadow Humor. You've really turned around these days. Thank you for
Shadow
your,
Humor, that's really nice of you.
Thank you for your
Aw.
contributions.
I can't see the chat, so I'm just going off by what Billy says.
Yeah, no, I agree. Brantley is the best.
Yeah, I love Brantley.
And I told everyone at the beginning of this month, hey, it's on. Don't be the little show. Don't be in last place. Not only is Nerds in first place out of all those shows, but Nerds is actually outperforming Aussie right now. So Nerds is safe. Madhouse is safe. Test is up 20%. The only show not doing well is Cafe. Go ahead.
Nerd safe because Buff Weeb listens instead of to make money, and also Zay Zuda hits the buttons, I guess.
He
dude,
hates Stay Suited.
Zay Zooted is a fine enough host. She was always working with a ragtag group of people, and I think that they never found their footing. And now she has somebody who has charisma and conversation, and they're catching with the audience. Where they go, who knows? But like Keem said, they're outperforming Aussie. And Aussie's had a pretty banger month because they've been making that hate Twiggy money.
Well, you do know. Wait, so I'm not going to. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tennis Pirates says, Shadow Humor, come on, so we can hear that lisp. Does Shadow Humor have a lisp? That's awesome. I love lisps.
As far as I know, he doesn't. I've talked to Shadow Humor before.
I think Tennis Pirate might be thinking of a different Shadow Humor.
Yeah, I think he's talking about a different one because Shadow Humor has like a deep voice.
This is wild. I would love for them to fight, though, in the form of donations. One Buff Weeb says, we cooking, #safe, RWO for life.
Okay, so here, Keem tells Boogie he was close to firing Ken and Beans after they talked shit to him about time change.
Yeah.
He was trying to put Ken and Beans at 6 a.m.
And CIA, the
Dumb shit
Renault
shows
Simp,
arguing
welcome
back.
back to Bam World. Get that Oblivion remaster. And says that Billy's the only eye candy in the LCU. Wow, that's wild to say, but accurate.
Can I play now?
No, Mighty Five says, I hear this guy talk and I just want to say, what? What? You're going to what? You're crying what? Billy's going to give you a Billy 316? What? You're a curd? What? Yeah, now you can. Tennis Pirates says he started
I'll tell you
lisping
when
he gets
I
mad often. Sorry, they keep coming in, Xylee. I'm trying. These people are just throwing money.
If I get fired. No, I'm just kidding.
You're going to get fired? Are you going to get fired?
No, I'm not getting fired. What am I getting fired for?
I don't know.
I'm not showing people's houses and all this other crazy shit that people are doing.
Know. Tech Protect told me Keem was complaining about us today.
Yeah. We don't show enough live clips.
Shadow Humor says, I just woke up from a nap and I realized something. Brantley is awesome. And Dark Fortune, welcome to Ban World. Beans
Hell
and her
yeah.
Lolcow really shine today. Everybody here that hosts has the ability to lull cow the fuck out, okay? There's a reason Keemstar saw something in us. He picked us because we're broken, silly fucking people that think too highly of ourselves and spill out like idiots at a moment's notice, okay? None of us are free from that moniker. We work in the Lolcow universe. Hit that play button.
Very true.
Told Ken and Beans earlier today that I had to move them to 6, and they started talking shit to me. I was like this close to firing them both. I was this close because it was like, bro, you can't be the last show and talk shit to me. I don't like, you can't. Like, I got to deal with this shit on a daily basis, and those shows actually make money.
In Discord, Ken said, and again, I had a very civil conversation with Ken. Ken said he can't be here during the stream, which I understand. So, Ken, I hope I'm not misrepresenting you. But he said it's the equivalent of someone getting moved to the night shift, right? Getting moved to that slot. I said, yeah, when you move somebody to the night shift instead of firing them, you're doing them a favor because you could instead fire them and put them on the fucking breadline, Ken. You're being given a shot to make the night shift work. You should be fucking grateful. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hi, Keemstar.
Hello.
So what is this shit talking that I was doing?
$19.99. That's way so funny.
Well, the conversation.
Hey, welcome to Cash Cow Jay. Glad to have you. Thank you for 9 months, Shy Sly Guy. Keep those memberships coming. If we get 300, I get to fire Beans and Ken live. Let's go.
Okay, maybe shit talking is the wrong way to frame it, but you guys were basically putting the blame on me because you were saying that I moved the time to noon and that I only told you on some date that you were thinking about pulling you off and putting you on another show. And I was basically, yeah, it was shit talk. You guys were shit talking me. You were basically saying like, well, it ain't our fault. It's your fault. You did these things. That's what your response was.
No. So at no point did I ever tell you no to 6 a.m. Me personally. Ken, I don't know. But me personally, I never told you no. The only thing that I'm letting you know is that a lot of people are getting whiplash because of all the changes that's been happening. Now, I don't know if you're doing this intentionally, but this is kind of like show suicide. You're doing some permanent solutions to some temporary problems, right?
Okay. I love Beans, but this is nothing personal. You're not the only one who's had to deal with whiplash with time change.
But we were lucky that we only got pushed back 2 fucking hours. If I had to wake up at 6 a.m., I'd be screwed. I couldn't do it.
I'd be screwed at that point
fucked.
too.
I'd be staying up until 6 a.m.
Look at Rastov. Look how many time changes he's had.
Yeah. but that's partially Twiggy's fault. Like, it's partially Rastov's fault too, because Rastov didn't want to do it with Twiggy. He was the one that said, I'm not doing it with Twiggy. So he backed out of the show, left it in Twiggy's hands, went to live for a week. Twiggy tanked the fucking show. That was really
All right, Beans, you're here.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Beans. What do you have to say for people who think that you are a sauce-headed psychopath?
Sauce-headed? I mean, I'm pretty saucy right now. I didn't take a shower after.
Did you kick her?
No, she just got banned from the Discord by Keemstar.
Oh. Beans?
This is a fake Beans account. Keemstar set up immediately to troll her. It's actually Yo Mama.
She's like all like lit up green like she's saying something.
Yeah. Her account was compromised. This is an AI version of Beans that Keemstar made to replace her now that he's banned her from the Discord. AI Beans will be running Cafe along with Analog Kin. It's a version of Kin made out of a marionette puppet. AI Beans and marionette puppet Kin. Marionette puppet Kin will be manned by actual Kin. I'm waiting for her mic to come back on. All what I just said was a complete lie. Maybe her mic went out?
Well, that I just messaged her in the Rewind docket and said, if you're talking, we can't hear you. So
But she can't come in.
Hold on, she's typing something back.
But she can't come in. AI, I'll just voice AI Beans.
Okay.
What do you mean? I was being an idiot on live.
Does not sound like that.
She doesn't sound like that?
Near. Oh.
This is my AI Beans voice. What do you mean I was being an idiot on Lookout Live? I was being very entertaining. If I was actually an idiot, they would have raised 300 memberships to fire me and Ken. Hi, Beans. Welcome back.
Hi. Something happened.
Yeah, it was weird. Like you were lit up like you were talking and you weren't saying anything. It was weird.
That was hella strange. But yeah, what were we saying? Saucy? Yeah, I'm pretty saucy because I didn't shower after my training. So I'm hearing my stink.
Yeah, I guess Rastov offered you a job as the co-host of Lolcow Saucy.
That would be pretty interesting. We would just taste sauces.
Yeah, it's like
Or just
Lolcow
spill tea.
Aussie, but with sauces.
But anyways, yeah, I decided to come in because I was watching, but then Firefox decided to do their crash thing. And I was like, well, I need to know what's happening and I need to know what Xylie's saying. So I just came in.
Well, Xylie called you a psychopath and then broke into your car and took a shit in the back seat.
Oh, hell yeah. I love insults.
What were you saying, Xylie? I forgot. The whole Beans
No, I was
cutting
saying
out.
about the whole whiplash thing. People have been moved around like crazy. The ones that haven't been moved around like crazy would be Live and Queens. And Milker's really not too much either because they've always been like right before Live.
Queens still has been moved around a bit too, remember?
For like a day here and there, not
Yeah.
like for months or weeks like we were.
We weren't moved around for
A
months.
day doesn't count.
We were moved around.
A day doesn't count.
We moved around for like what, a week or two, and it didn't. We got our spot back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like we can't complain about our spot being moved. Our shit was moved. We were tested. Everybody who got put in our spot, it was proved that like they just couldn't perform, and we got put right back into our spot pretty quickly. And I had no regret in being moved around to test and see. I wanted our spot back. I felt like I can see why, like, you know, the fans who subscribe and become pay pigs, crowns, who support, they get used to supporting at a time slot, and they feel like if we get moved around, they're not sure if they can follow. That's why I wanted us to keep our time slot, to serve those people that have shown us the most love.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they can follow us around everywhere. But that's why you want to stay in your home, right? You want to stay in your home because you got access to the schools. You
That's how I
access
feel
to
about
the
10 o'clock.
amenities, the utilities.
Yeah.
But that's what 10 o'clock was to me, to us. And I understand why you want to stay there. But when we got moved, Drummler says, interesting how the clips of what happened can't be played now because of Beans joining. Just pure coincidence, I guess.
I can still play the clips. They're up here, Keemstar.
Why do you talk to him like you want to test him when you know he's mad at us already?
What's he mad at me for? I ain't done shit.
You heard he's mad that we don't play enough Madhouse. Remember how the guy from Madhouse told us that? Remember?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, remember how the guy from Madhouse says, you know, Keemstar says he's happy you don't play enough Madhouse.
Xylie, no, not you too.
Why am I
Don't
stuck
start
at
doing
talking
that.
about Madhouse right now?
Why? It's because we don't talk about Madhouse enough, so now I'm doing it.
Because you brought it up. Okay.
Yes, I'm bringing it up to make everybody
Madhouse
happy.
is crazy. Oh my god!
I want to
what they
make
did the other day and
Madhouse
Bunny
happy. I
taking
want
a
to make
pill
Keemstar
to make
happy.
her racist. Holy shit! I couldn't believe that she took a pill that made her racist for 30 minutes. Oh my god!
That was
What
when they
is
were in
going
prime
on
time.
over
Wasn't
there
that
at Madhouse?
good?
It's crazy.
Wasn't
Holy
that good?
Shit. People should really watch Madhouse. They need to go directly from here to Madhouse when we redirect, okay? Y'all
They
need
do
to
need to do
support
that.
Jaffe and the girl 100%.
They do need to do that. It's awesome.
Can we watch
All
the
right.
clip now?
Boom, we talked about them. Okay, so back to what you were saying. Go, Beans.
Play the clip.
Let's play this beautiful Beans footage.
Oh, God, which one was it? It was this one.
Right? Now, I was going to save this for tomorrow's show. I was going to do $50 donos, and I'll reveal something that I said in the cafe chat. But I'll say it right now because not a lot of people are in the Discord, and this is what I said whenever Boogie was talking to me. I said, and this is quote, word for word, what I told you. Because you told me I don't grasp that we're in last place. I told you, I don't think you grasped that you told us on the 5th of April how we were doing this month before it barely even started. You told us you
Today's
moved
the
our
24th.
time on the 16th. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Let me fucking talk.
I just said
Told us
today's
to
the
move our
24th.
time on the 16th.
She said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Let me talk. I'm sorry. That was funny.
Told us that you will pull me off on the 19th. And since the 19th, we've been changing stuff, doing more, and having more energy. Today is the 24th, which is 5 days from the 19th. And in the span of that time, how much more super chats and members have we gotten, including hosts of the LCU? We are experiencing more growth, and right now you're trying to snip it in the bud.
Okay. So,
Now I'm going to move forward. Okay, no, respond.
so you brought up multiple things. One, you think people are having whiplash. No, I put you in a time spot and it doesn't work, and you guys are in last place. So then I put you in another one to make sure you have a redirect from Rastov to try to help you out. That still didn't work.
Just something you should be grateful for, by the way.
And so two different.
And I didn't say I wasn't.
So 2 different time slots that we've tried both times now, 8 a.m. and noon. You've been there twice now on each time slot. Still didn't work. So now it's like, okay, this has got to go to a time zone that hasn't, or a time slot that hasn't been tried yet. 6 a.m.
Okay. Now, what do you say about that? Because he does make a good point there.
Well,
Beans.
he didn't even engage with the actual conversation. What I was saying is that people are experiencing whiplash because he's moved our time slot around so much. So he mentioned 2 times. It has not been 2 times. In the span of cafe being a thing, it's been moved around 4 to 5 times, and in the span of like barely a month, basically. And that's what the whiplash comment was about. So if you move a show, I don't mind if you move us every month or so, but if you move us more than 2 or 3 times in 1 month, people from my audience are coming to me saying that this is too much. Like, this time worked for me, but this one really doesn't. Or like, why are you guys changing so much? I tuned in during your regular time and now you're going this time. That's the whiplash comment. And the fact that he's like, oh, there are no whiplash because I moved you from this one to this one, that you're not really addressing what I was saying.
So in television, you kind of just got to go with the flow until you're gone, right? Like, you don't, you have a lot of freedom here to do what you have to do, but the showrunner, the network has to place the shows where they want to place them. So when Keem moves the shows, he's doing his best. Like when he moved everybody down to an hour and a half, he was trying something. I assume that's one of the times the show was moved that you're talking about, the 4 or 5 times. Like,
well, it was whenever we were at like 8 o'clock, then we moved to 10 o'clock, then we moved to 12, then back to 10. Now we're back at 12 again, and now we're going to go back to 6. Well, not back to, but we're going to go to 6 at May 1st, I believe.
were any of those the hour and a half time schedules, or were those different?
Excuse me?
Were any of those from when we did the hour and a half time schedules, or were those different?
That was probably different, but maybe one of them. I don't want to misspeak.
Because if he's moving the whole schedule around, then everything kind of switches up. And every month, well, honestly, every month the schedule kind of does switch up too, right? Like,
yeah, that's no problem. The issue is that I don't want to be misconstrued to a bigger audience saying that I'm saying that it's his fault. He's the one that's changing the times, but I'm not like blaming you saying that you're the worst person ever. The only thing that I said was, okay, but this is my concern, and that's it. I never told him no. I never like freaking tried to argue with him. I even told him in the group chat, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just letting you know my concerns. And Ken did the same thing, but he did more personal. He's like, hey, if I do this, I would have to go more into night shift, and that's going to fuck me over personally. Me and Ken are probably the easiest going people when it comes to the LCU. We never say no, especially Ken. Ken kind of rolls over. Sorry, Ken. But we never say no. We just go with the flow. The only thing that I did was voice my concerns. And what did Keemstar do to me? He does the same threat that he does to all the little people. A lot of people are willing to do a show. A lot of people want to have this chance. Just shut up and roll over. I'm not that type of person. I said, God gave me a mouth. God gave me fingers. I'm going to use that mouth to talk, and I'm going to use these fingers to type. I'm not going to just roll over. I'm going to express my concerns. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful with it. Now I am, because I'm a little hyped up. But I'm just going to say what I think, and that's all. You don't have to take it so personally.
yeah.
Keem in the chat said, must have been a whole 3 people that complained to Beans about the time slot.
Oh,
and I care about those 3 people all the same.
Yeah, I and then he's got to care about, you know, every other host and every potential future host. Welcome, Keemstar, to LolcowRewind.
This is where I'm confused. I didn't say a lot of people want to be a host and a lot of people want this opportunity to threaten you, like you suggested it was a threat. I said it so you could understand reality, right? Like, this is a bottom show. There's a lot of people that are trying out, a lot of people that would love to be on a show. If this show isn't going to work, then I'm going to find people for a show at these time slots that does work. I mean, I think that I owe it to Xylee, Billy, Becky, Tina, everyone that has a successful show to build other successful shows to help everybody grow together. Not only are you the bottom show, but you also hurt the entire network, right? By being so far behind, right? I owe it to the entire universe to have the best shows for the fans and this and that. And people say they love Cafe, but they don't show up to watch it. They don't show up to support it. So I wasn't trying to bully you or threaten you. I was trying to just give you reality. Like, you know, people want this spot and it's not working. When I got the pushback from you guys that, oh, it's somehow my fault because I'm changing the times, I mean, I just found that ridiculous. I changed the times last time so Rastov could give you guys a redirect.
And that's no issue. The only thing is that I didn't appreciate whenever you're saying that I'm intentionally trying to depict you as a villain, when all I was saying is, here are my concerns.
Dude, immediately you guys try to shift the blame on me about the time slots.
When?
In the conversation, when we first brought it up, in the conversation on Local Live, we could watch the clips, but as soon as Xylee starts getting into the clips, then all of a sudden Bean shows up to filibust, so now we can't watch the clips to see what happened.
Yeah. I'm just here, bro. You can play the clips whenever you want.
I think the time slot is an early morning thing. Rastov, he's got a group of guys that are like late nighters.
I mean, Beans, you're accusing me of manipulating and misrepresenting what you said, but it's on video and Xylee was about to play it and then you showed up so it didn't get played. So I don't think we should debate it, Beans. I think we should watch clips.
Oh, I thought he was going to say something else.
I think he wants to watch them clips.
That seems so open-ended.
All right.
AM. You know, it's got to get out of the way.
Exactly, and I never said no. But the thing is that this is not the first time that we've been changed as well. We've been moved around more than 5 times. You've been switching us from 10 to 12 to 9 to back to 12 multiple times, and that is the whiplash that I'm talking
That's what happens when you don't work. When it doesn't work, they move you.
You're trying to convince everyone, right, that the show is not working because it's Keemstar's fault because Keemstar moved the time slot, right? That's your argument.
My argument is that we've been moved multiple times, and that's all I'm saying. If people want to say that that is why the show is failing, then that's their opinion. But I'm just stating the facts. You moved us more than multiple times in like the span of 2 or 3 weeks.
You not work at any time.
So if you're stating the facts that you've been moved,
what is the
Keemstar saying the facts that you guys are at the bottom, right? Like, what's the resolution to the facts, right? Well, where do we go from here? Keemstar is not saying that he's not making any sort of resolution yet, right? He's saying you could be moved to 6 a.m. at the end of the month, right? He wants.
No, he said that May 1st we're going to be moved to 6 a.m.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you gonna do until then?
Until then, we're just gonna do our show as normal. I don't see what the problem is.
Ken said he put us at 2:00 also for a couple weeks. That was not mentioned. Yeah, I don't think the time stuff is really that important. What's important is what you can show and prove in the next week. You guys got a lot of airtime tonight, right? You're on Rewind. You're on live. Hopefully it gets people checking in Cafe and seeing what you guys are all about on Cafe. Hopefully this didn't sour anybody on you. You know, I would hope people give you guys a go. Why?
Why? Because if you're going to bring me hate on Cafe, you better do it behind a $20 dono.
I think everybody who hates Beans and Ken should go send them all the hatred in the morning.
All the hatred.
Stir it into the coffee. Bring
Keep
it to
that chat
them.
rate up.
Bring it to them in the morning.
What is the mission statement for this company? To
Clips.
profit off
I
of the
truly
hate.
want to see clips where Beans once again tried to say time changes, time changes, time changes. I want to watch these clips because they're right here. If we watch these clips of Beans literally trying to manipulate everyone, it would be amazing. I would just love Beans to be outed as a goddamn manipulator. Please, for the love of God, can we watch the clips so her little song and dance doesn't work? Thank
But it
Let's
played.
watch the clip.
What is the point of making the argument that I moved the time slot?
The point is that if we do have members or people that are dedicated to cafe and they like a certain time slot and they become accustomed to that time slot, and then we move, and then all of a sudden we're in a time slot that's not very convenient for them, they leave, and then we go back and they're having whiplash going back and forth on all these time slots because you don't allow people to have change and growth in an exponential. You want exponential growth. That's not going to happen.
So what you're saying
Happens
is,
on nerds. It happens on nerds.
what you're saying is,
Yeah, because they've been freaking working on drama and
Let
shit.
me get this straight. What you're saying is, your show is good. People truly love your show. Thousands of people love your show, but it's not being successful right now because Keemstar is moving the time slot from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to noon. That's why. It's not
Again,
it's
with
not
the Keemstar
Beans.
tactics. No, I'm not saying that that's the sole
Then what is the
reason.
point of
We're not
bringing
the
that
best,
up?
but we're not the worst. But changing the time slot every fucking
No,
2
you are the
days
worst.
is not going to
You are
help.
the worst.
Beans,
You
I
are
just
by
want you to
numbers.
Boogie, shut the fuck up. Your
Beans.
legs
You
are like
You
you're
just
trying
said
to
something.
work
You're not
the
the worst.
scheme.
You are.
You're
By
probably
numbers.
tired
I
of
can-
carrying a
I can
full-time business
analytically
complex.
prove
fake
that your
businesses.
show's the worst.
You
I can
milk Kitty like
analytically
it's a
prove
patriarch
that your
and
show
still
is the
expect
worst. I
applause
can
for
show it to
showing
you.
up.
Would you
You're
like me to show it to you?
assuming
It's in
recliner,
public
you're
information. Go to
oversized,
Playboard right now.
overused,
You can see it.
empowered
Analytically,
entirely
my
by
show is not the worst.
excuses.
It is.
Even your shadow
It is.
giving up,
Fix your
bro.
show.
It's
This is
all
how you react.
Okay, you just said there that it's not because he moved y'all from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. But then at the same time, you're complaining about whiplash because of the time change. So it's one or the other.
For what part? Sorry, I could barely hear because my mic was so bad. I was like calling from
Yeah,
my.
I
from my
think
phone.
one of the big things is when you get called out for something here, one of the big secrets is to fix it and then move forward with as little pushback as possible, or push back in such a big way that the audacity becomes spectacle, right? And you almost hit that spectacle here, but are you going to become Becky 2.0? Is that the future for Beans? Is Cafe going to be Becky Beans?
I'm going to be honest, you're kind of arguing like her because that whole shit right there with you and Boogie, you can't understand a damn thing being said because you're not stopping to let somebody talk.
Boogie's been doing that since the beginning. Literally in the VC, it's the same way. I was trying to explain my point. He would talk over me. Right here, if anybody tries to speak any truth, he will talk over them. And then that's his tactic. He'll talk over you. Then you can't even understand what you're even saying because you guys are both talking at the same time. And that's how people mess up. Just like probably what I did. I said that it's not because of the 10 a.m.
It was
or
before.
whatever.
That was before you and Boogie. Before you and Boogie got into it, you told Keem that it wasn't because of the time change, but you're also complaining about the time change. You're having the same argument off of this. You're having an argument off the same thing, but both ways, both sides. You're at one point saying it is because of the time change, because of the whiplash, but you're telling Keem it's not the time change.
I think it's because the way that Keemstar took it was just so personal. Like, oh, it's all Keemstar's fault. Well, yeah, it's kind of your fault because you're the guy running the show. Like, who else is changing the time?
Wait a minute. Who's in charge of the show, though? Who are the two people who are the hosts of that show?
We're the host of the show. And like I said, we're not the best, but we're not the worst people ever. The thing that I'm arguing is that a lot of people complained about the time change whiplash. Like people are saying that, oh, you're moving from this time to this time. I tune in during the regular time and all of a sudden you guys are at a different time. That's all I was arguing. I never said no to Keemstar. I just said what was on my mind at that point. But he, I guess, took that so personally and then wants to do the thing where he makes people look stupid on his bigger platform. So that's fine. And if I have to have an attitude,
you can't do that. You can't do that because, quite honestly, y'all are in a position that you literally are analytically the worst show. Not saying y'all are the worst people because that's not true. I love both of y'all to death. All right, I'd fight for both of y'all, but analytically, y'all are the worst show.
Yeah, you
and
don't,
I'm not arguing
you
that.
don't, but you should argue it, right? But not in the way where you make excuses for being the worst. You should make excuses. You should make reasons for why you should be able to be around in the last place slot. Like, there's going to always be the worst place slot, right? But why should you and Ken still exist in the universe in the last place slot? That's where I would come. I'd be like, look, someone's always going to be at the bottom here. But what Ken and I bring is we are opening the curtain and we're waking everybody up and we're starting a mood for a day that needs some calm. We need some chill. And if we're taking a pay cut, let's talk about what we can do to bring this up, but maybe we're just a different flavor. And give us a chance to try and build up something else another month, but give us some other direction to go. But excuses aren't going to get you that path, I don't think.
Exactly, but all I did was state my concerns at the time. And then I even said, you told us on the 5th of April that we were the worst for the month, right? And then the 16th, you said you were going to move our time. Then you told me that you would pull me off the show the 19th. And since the 19th, we've been changing stuff and doing more and having more energy. And since the 19th, we can show through numbers that we've been getting more super chats, more members. A lot of people have been coming to me saying that our content is better. Today is the 24th. The time.
Real quick. I got to cut you off because you say a lot of different points. All right. One of them is you just said on the 19th, you said you'd pull me off the show. No, you're missing some context there. On the 19th, I said I was thinking about pulling you off the show and putting you on another show. That there's context missing there, right? When you just say on the 19th, you said I was good, you were talking about pulling me off the show. That's like playing victim to this audience because they don't know the context that you were potentially going to be on another show. So if we give full context, you don't get that sympathy like, oh, poor Beans, he was going to pull her off the show on the 19th. So we got to talk about things factually, Beans, all right? Because I promise you, I will keep talking about this and you will never be seen as a fucking victim. As hard as you try to play it, you will not. Every single time that I have changed your time, I did it with the intent of helping your show, and you know it. You got pushed to noon so you could get a redirect from Rastov. All right? You went before the other shows and you got a pass and you had no obligations to hit any numbers because you had no redirect at that time. All right? You weren't given any pressure whatsoever until you were given a redirect. So it's like all this stuff is just pure manipulation. I'm not going to allow you to sit here and tell these people on the 19th, he said he was going to pull me off the show without the context that I was offering you another show.
Okay, then state the context. I'm just telling people what I said.
Why are you framing me like that? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying he was pulling me off on the 19th? Why'd you frame it that way? That's fucked up.
Because that's what you said.
It makes it sound like he was firing you.
Okay,
Dude,
then I'm sorry.
You framed it like, oh, well, you know, when I say you guys are in last place, oh, well, all the time changes, people are getting backlash. Bro, why can't you just accept the show's not that good? It ain't bringing in that many viewers. It ain't bringing in that much money. It is what it is. Things need to be changed. It's more on you than me. The fact that I'm getting blamed for it is insane.
I literally said that we're not the best, but we're getting better. What I'm trying to say, everybody forget what I just said about pulling me off the 19th. The point that I'm trying to make is that time and time again during only this month of
Point
April.
that you're
only
trying to
in this
make
month
is
of
you're the
April,
victim.
if
Poor little Beans. Keemstar is bullying you, and
I'm
Keemstar's
literally
being
not
mean
even
to you.
playing the
You
victim.
tried
I'm
to make that
literally
point
just
on
stating the
Local
facts.
Live tonight,
Literally just
and
stating
you
the facts. But if
failed.
you want to
You
frame me
tried
as
to
the
make
victim,
that
that's
point on
fine.
Rewind
Same.
tonight, and it failed. And you're going to keep trying to make that point over and over again, Beans. And I swear to God, you will fail over and over again. You are not the victim.
You ever seen the Bad News Bears?
I remember that movie.
The Bad News Bears are like the losingest team. They're in the last place. Nobody believes in them. But then they rally back, and them being in the last place makes them the people's champions. You're in a position right now to garner support from the people, and I think you and Ken need
That's
to
true.
think about how to gain favor and become favorable, because that's how Aussie had pushed them ways into an amazing position where they became almost the number 3 show one month. They almost beat
Yeah.
Rewind because
They did.
they were going to be on the chopping block,
They were literally hundreds away from beating them.
and they became the Bad News Bears and almost beat Big Bad Rewind, the Bullies.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Bad Bullies. They almost beat the Boomtown Rewinds.
Yeah.
And it's really the whole universe is storytelling to an extent. What story do you and Ken want to be telling? In the morning, people wake up, they want coffee. It's just a coffee show. Are you guys coasters just to hold the coffee cup? What are you? That's what you got to think. How are you going to spend your day? We kick it off with Beans. Kick it off with Ken. What's it going to be?
So the only point that I was trying to make, the last point, is let's just say don't even think about what he said to me during those days, or to the cafe in general. The 19th was the last day that he said, hey, step it up. The 19th, that's only 5 days away. 19th to the 24th, 5 days. And in those 5 days, Ken and I have changed so much to bring something to cafe.
Yeah.
We've been doing great in the past 5 days. If you look at the content that we made today, I'm super proud of the content we made today, because today we actually talked to something outside of the LCU, because I think that was something that was inhibiting us, because we're all sharing the same audience, right? We're all sharing the same audience. There's people that donate a lot to the other shows, and that's what we understand. So we're trying to bring a new audience to cafe. And I think that's awesome. We started talking about actual locals, Chris Chan, Cyrax. Pretty sure we're going to talk about Dark Side Phil at one point, but that's something that I want to bring to cafe, talking about locals outside the universe. I think that's cool. A lot of people love locals outside their universe. And bringing the local to Local Cafe would be awesome. We don't have to cover the same drama that everybody else is covering in the LCU.
You just have to do it with entertainment and make people care.
Exactly. And Ken has been having a whole lot of more energy. I think we still have that disconnect where he thinks that, like, him to bring the energy has to go like a little dark, have like a little dark Ken moment. And that's not what he has to do. He just needs to be a little bit more energetic. And in the afternoon, that would be a lot easier for him.
Well, I'm excited to see where that goes.
You know, you can still talk about the drama within the LCU, though, right? I'm just saying, you don't have
do it
to.
all.
It's just
do it all.
No, exactly. Because you got to understand, we only have 2 hour slot. All right. So we can't talk about everything.
Do you want to get to the part of this video where Keem opens up on her?
Can I finish what I was saying?
Go ahead, yeah.
First, is it possible? It's like in the community I came from, big drama hits, everybody's talking it, but everybody's going from live stream to live stream to live stream to hear the different perspectives on the drama. Like, say drama X happens, you might have a different perspective than I have. And people want to hear your perspective versus what I thought, or what Billy thinks, or what Rastoff thinks, or whatever. You know, people do that. They want to hear everybody's perspective. There's a lot of dramas that, quite frankly, Keemstar don't give a fuck, but I think it's a big deal. You know? It's different perspectives. So you can talk about the other dramas. Not saying that you have to. I'm just saying that you can. You know?
Yeah, of course.
So
because that was like the one thing going right for Cafe, just being like the morning rewind, because not everybody could stick around for the entire show, especially when you guys were at a later time slot.
Morning rewind. It's rewind in the daytime. Let's get to the part where Keemstar yells at her.
Brought back yelling Keemstar, yeah.
Keem loses it with Beans.
Yeah,
well, it's in 6 seconds, so I'm just gonna let this play.
Let's go.
It's
Trying to help you fix
Shut
your
the fuck
show.
up,
This is how you react to people trying to do you a favor. This is why people don't do you favors.
Time out. Okay, let me get this straight. The reason why the show is not doing good, according to Beans, is because Keemstar moved the time slot. That's what you're saying.
Yes, not because
That's
it's
what
energy,
you're
not because
saying,
it's
and you're
boring,
gonna
not
repeat
because
it
of
until
every-
people
it's
fucking
because
agree with you,
moved it.
Keemstar.
You
Hold
moved
on.
it.
Wait. I'm trying to get this, all right? That's what you're saying. That the reason why the show is not doing good is because I moved the time slot, right?
Bro, just because you repeat the same point over and over again and you have like your dedicated fans that are just going to go after you.
I'm sorry. I got to give it to Keem here. Again, you keep saying the whiplash of the time change. He's the one's doing the time change, so you're saying it's his fault because of the time change. That whiplash comment is the time change comment.
Yes, but at the same time, like taking it so personally and being like, oh, it's just my fault. It's just my fault. It's like, I just made like something and then you're taking a little bit too far.
I think his point is okay, when I say this, I don't know how else to say this without sounding like an asshole. Okay. So okay. He's basically telling you, get good, bro. That's basically what he's telling you. Get good. Because it shouldn't matter what time slot you're in. If you're good, the people will come. That's what he's basically saying, but he's not he wasn't being rude about it. That's what he's saying.
We're
right,
edging. We're edging this freak out.
That's what I'm saying.
asking you a fucking question and you refuse to answer it. Just because you refuse to answer it, it's going to make me ask the question again and again and again. I'm going to keep asking the fucking question until you fucking answer it. Are you saying that me moving the time slot, Beans, is the reason why the show is not doing well? Are you saying that? Yes or no?
Did you see his fucking face when he was yelling that?
He went Rastoff.
Did you see how red his face got?
He was speaking directly.
From the heart.
I guess so.
Well, if your fucking lapdog can calm the fuck down and let me fucking respond, I would say no.
Yes or no,
but
Beans?
it doesn't fucking
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, you're not saying that. Okay, because it seems like you're saying that.
I'm not solely saying that everything is black and white, bro. There can be some gray. And I'm going to read another thing that I sent you in the Discord because you said that I was not saying yes to whatever you were saying, moving us to 6. I said, read again, Keem, was willing to do so since the beginning. Not just stating.
Okay, I'm going to skip a little bit past this because she kept cutting out. You only heard words. Barbarella in the chat actually makes a good point. The new show was going to be with Brantley, possibly too. So it would have been a good opportunity. It would have, honestly. All right, I'm going to get past this a little bit because you were
cutting out a lot.
Nerd numbers compared to Queen, or compared to.
That's why
we couldn't hear
nobody
you.
heard it. You're breaking up. Nobody heard it.
Beans,
Nobody heard it.
We can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Sorry. What's the last thing you heard?
They didn't hear the whole
broke
thing.
up that entire rant.
Yeah, you said no, you changed your mind. It wasn't the point you brought up, and then you started saying something
Peyton
else.
and James super chatted $20. Keemstar getting off on the chaos. Chaos equals dopamine. I love cafe. I'm tired of the time changes TBH.
Would you rather it be fired than have a time change? Because that was the option.
It didn't work at 10 a.m. and it didn't work at noon. So it didn't work in both spots. So I don't really know what the argument is that, you know.
I don't know what you're.
And that's the get good part that I'm talking about. He's saying that, yeah, he changed it. He changed y'all's time so y'all could get a redirect from Rastoff. Because Rastoff will literally stream anywhere. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted y'all to get a redirect. That way you get some kind of kick towards your viewers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's basically saying, get good, kid. That's what he's saying. But he's saying it, he's saying it, well, but you make it sound like it's because he changed your time that y'all aren't y'all are last. That's what I'm saying. I think it was a miscommunication on your part because you literally make it sound like that when
You're
you.
Okay, but you're talking about before. You're talking about like, oh, like now we're bad because of the time changes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm very appreciative that he put us after not rewind, Aussie now, because we do get that redirect that we didn't have initially. I'm very happy because of that. But I'm saying if you put us at 6 a.m., just imagine 6 a.m. I know we're a morning show, but Jesus fucking Christ. We're not gonna
I feel you.
Yeah, we're not going to have that redirect anymore. And we're a lot earlier. And we've been changed already so many times this month. And that's the only thing that I'm saying. If you were to change us this final time, it could be the show Suicide that it seems like he's looking for. And I'm not saying that's what it feels like to me. And he can take that whatever way he wants. But I do appreciate this about Keemstar. He can go 100 to 0 real quick. He freaking yelled at me and he had his bright red face and then he was like, no, this is what I'm saying. And that's what I do like about Keemstar.
Well,
that's the ADHD. Go ahead.
I think I'm interested to see where you and King go from here. I think we've exhausted this topic on Rewind tonight. This is like 45 minutes to 1,000 minutes of this. Keem's here, so maybe he'll fix this for us.
The reason why I suggested that we move the show to 6 a.m. or that's where I'm thinking I'm going to put it and give you guys a warning that May 1st we're going to put it there is because the show is dead, right? It's not going there to commit suicide. It's going there because it's dead, all right? I want to put someone else in the 10 a.m. spot that can perform. You know, there's a huge boost as soon as Nerds starts. You're right before Nerds, right? When Nerds starts, huge boost, right? Aussie is sending over that traffic, and I don't think they're staying. And if they are staying, they're not supporting the channel, right? Like we just got to face the facts, right? It's the show is not good. And I'm not saying it's not good. All right. It is literally the viewers. The viewers are not there to support the show. They're just not. It's just the facts. It's like one of these things that can't be debated. It's the numbers are the numbers, right? You know, I've tried to like move the show here, move the show there, do what I can do to help Cafe any way I can. And we're at a point where it doesn't matter where I move it. It's not going to take off like the other shows have. So yeah, it's going to have to go against a less competing time slot, and that's 6 a.m.
Can I make an argument for Cafe? Would that be out of pocket?
Yes.
Cafe's numbers being lower than Test is not totally fair because Test has more time than Cafe has to operate. Test goes like 4 or 5 hours sometimes. Cafe is stuck to 2 hours.
Well,
they're on a different time period.
To be fair to Test, I haven't been able to help them out at all because I don't watch that show. Like I go to bed and Test goes on, right? So I don't even know where to begin to start helping them because I'm going to have to change my sleep schedule in order to start helping them, which I am planning in the month of May. Like one of the weeks I will be watching every single test and figuring out how to tweak that.
If Cafe had 4 hours like Aussie has, would they have more time to earn? Would the numbers then go up, right? Like, is that part of the problem? If they're at 6 a.m., do they get to go until 10 a.m. and have 4 hours? Would that make their numbers go up? Would that be the difference? Is time an issue here?
What if they split it 3 and 3?
I'm just trying to think.
Well,
reasonably.
Me too. That's why I said maybe if they split it like 3 and 3 or something. You know,
the only thing that I want to drive.
Well, they've been fighting. They've been making. Go ahead.
No, the only thing that I want to drive home is that I feel like since the 19th, which was the last time that you talked to us other than today, since the 19th, we made some major changes. And I feel like 5 days is not enough to really show the growth and the change and everything else, because now people are noticing Cafe, especially with the change that we've been making. They're like, oh, Cafe is doing this. They're being different.
Well, there's been a whole controversy about Cafe, and there's 1 week left in this month. I mean, I won't move Cafe at all. I won't touch it at all if you guys have the best week ever and somehow you guys aren't in last spot. But like, it has to be a standard practice that every month, whatever show's in last spot has to get moved or wiped off, because ultimately we need 12 solid, really good shows that feed into each other and promote each other. And Cafe does the least amount for the LCU when it comes to shows. And that's not because I don't like you and Ken. In fact, I love both of you. Everyone here loves you, but it's just the numbers. It's just a fact. It's like an undeniable fact. That's why we're in this situation.
Don't disagree with you there. But our coffee numbers went up, especially because we went from $33 to $25. So if you want to get a bag of coffee from Local Cafe before it's all gone,
you get it now before Beans drinks it all. You coffee drinking crackhead. Nightmare wants to talk about all of this. Nightmare, you're live on LolcowRewind.
How we do?
Good. What's happening?
I don't know. I just wanted to say, our show got brought up in terms of like viewer count and stuff, and I just wanted to say, like, in terms of time zones, like I know it's a lot of things talking about like the 6 a.m., but like 2 a.m. is not a fun slot either. I know you mentioned we also go on for longer than 2 hours, but that's literally only if people want to see us go on for longer than 2 hours as well. Otherwise, we are strict at the 2 hour mark. But yeah, I know. I find this whole situation just wild, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense to me why we're even having these arguments.
Then thank you for calling in. Beans, thank you for calling in. I don't want to talk anymore about this shit then. If I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear, I want to talk about other shit then.
You want to catch up on the donations?
Yeah, please. Chavea, welcome to Bam World. Chris Fitzgerald, welcome to Upgrade to Cash Cow. Seth Look says, I like Rewind here earlier and I'm still at work later and I have to go to bed. Hey, I like Rewind here too. Feels like home. Powerage 1986 says, some of us still recovering from daylight savings ending or starting, which threw a spanner in the works for some shows. Dark Fortune says, Beans Inner Lolcow really shined today. Shadow Humor, you're a wild guy. Let's see, that's that end of the spectrum. Mauricio Alvarez Leon says, so is it Keem's fault that the time changes? Keemstar did enact daylight savings time. That's one of his he also had the Keemstar
superpower.
The Keemstar rule in YouTube where you could host a YouTube channel you didn't own if you were banned. They redacted that though. That and daylight savings time, both Keemstar things. Ken again said he put us at 2:00 also for a couple of weeks. That was not mentioned. Deported Sicilian Gamer says, why does Xylee want Madhouse to fail? Always hating.
Can I answer that? I don't want Madhouse to fail. I would be dumb to want Madhouse to fail. One, my friend Bunny Button is on that show. Why would I want that show to fail? I don't want any of these shows to fail. Any of them. I want all of them to do good. So step the fuck off. Thank you.
Heck.
And I like Tech Protect, and I get along with Jaffe now too. So fuck off.
Heck, come back to Cash Cow says, Beans, Aussie has had the biggest time change. It affects me watching them now. Get over it. Space Girl number 5 says the West Coast won't be able to watch it if it's at 6 a.m. Eastern. If that happens, I will miss watching Cafe. It was 6 a.m. Pacific time. There would be more viewers. 6 a.m. is actually, I'd probably watch Cafe more at 6 a.m. Eastern time because that's 3 a.m. my time, and I'm up like a psycho at 3 a.m. my time. But that's because I'm a psycho. I'm not drinking coffee at 6 a.m. Or 3 a.m. my time. Bozzy TV says, I get so distracted at work due to you guys, and I love it. I get so high when I'm with you, and I love it. Bozzy TV, my cocaine hookup. Danny says, all being said is that the moving time slot doesn't help the show. That doesn't mean she's blaming the time change for being at the bottom. Keem L. In times like this, I think defiance when you're at the bottom is the wrong move.
Yes.
That's the takeaway here. When you're at the bottom, defiance is like wildly out of place. When you're at the bottom, finding the way to claw your way up and get ahead of the other people and show your worth and show why you're a team player and why it would be best to keep you on the team is the move to make. And that's easy for me to say because I think Xylee and I are pretty fucking comfortable here, right? So I'm trying to think of someone who's worried about their position, and that's hard for I think Xylee or I to do. I'm worried about my position in life in general, but here in the LCU, I think Xylee and I are fairly comfortable. I think.
Yeah.
I
think we are. I think, but you never know. But you never know.
I don't think anybody,
know.
I don't think even Boogie is really that comfortable here.
You never know. But I will say this. If Keem came to us and said, I'm moving y'all to 6 a.m., I feel like we would have more of a justification to stick out our chest and go, excuse me, what? Sitting where we're sitting versus someone who's at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we have numbers to back it up.
I would,
and that's
I would
not
definitely,
a personal thing.
I would definitely wonder why.
I'd be cussing his ass out. What do you mean?
Well, I know you cuss his ass out all the fucking time, though.
Okay, well, true, but yeah.
You look for reasons to cuss his ass out.
Not that bad.
Buzzy TV says if you want that cane hookup, it'll take me a while because I'm an Aussie. I don't even need it, dude. I got friends in low places. Metalis says, I'm a cafe watcher, but 6 a.m. is 3 a.m. Pacific time for me, so the show now loses a huge chunk of its U.S. viewership. I do really think that it puts it in a very strange position personally. My mama loves cafe, and I know she probably would not be up at 3 a.m., but she would watch it. She would watch it on VOD, I'm sure. Hunter says, Beans, cafe is boring. That's why. Okay, thank you. I think a lot of people prefer cafe because of its more slow-paced nature, and I think that's why people support it. And I think when you're saying that it's just not good and it's just not boring, there's a lot of people that have been supporting it. Like, you can't just spit in the face of the people that have been throwing money at it too, right? Like, people have been supporting cafe to an extent. It's the bottom of the barrel, but people have been showing some love to cafe. That's undeniable.
Yeah. I mean, the people who love that show really love that show. 100%. They do have support.
So, like, I'm not trying to spit in their face at all. Sly Guy FPS says 2 months down, many more to go. Welcome to 2 months in Cash Cow, Sly Guy. Sly Guy also says, Beans, you got to realize only Becky is allowed to play victim. I'm not saying you are, Beans, but if you do, you will get in trouble. Only Becky is allowed to play victim and get away with it. Becky doesn't play victim. Becky plays human. She is victim. Danny says, Xylee, is she not allowed to fight for her time slot? Why does that?
No, I'm not saying that she can't fight for her time slot at all, but there's a way to do it and then there's a way not to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Why does that mean the show being at the bottom is Keem's fault? It doesn't. Yeah. It's like Xylee said. I think you got to think of the best way to do it. And in that moment, I don't think she was doing herself any favors on Lolcow Live. She was on the platform. People were watching her. The views were decent views. They had 5,000 people watching Beans. And those are 5,000 people that could have walked away wanting to see Lolcow Live or Lolcow Cafe, and maybe they do. Maybe they go to Lolcow Cafe tomorrow and be like, that Beans girl stood up to Keemstar. I'll follow her to 6 a.m. Retro Nook says, any morning show will struggle regardless of host, in my opinion. People are sleeping from being up all night. The well is dried up from the night before, etc. Who knows, If let's say they kill Cafe. Cafe's done, said and gone. They put someone else in there and they do worse than Cafe. You never know. You never know.
Something else interesting came out of live.
Yeah, what was that? You got a little clippy?
I do. And I think it's funny as fuck. All right.
Rastov, come to Aussie.
Rastov, I asked you to be here today.
You did.
To be punished.
I think I was.
Rastov, you still haven't found a host for Aussie.
I know.
And some would argue you don't even need a host.
That did make my ego get big, and then I got slapped down by Billy. So
True.
I mean, yes, I did host a LolcowRewind unsanctioned episode called Lolcow Unwind, head-to-head with Rastov's second half of his 4-hour Lolcow Aussie the other day. And I did it with a broken microphone because my microphone broke moments before going live. And I did carry over double the views Rastov did. And I did send them to Cafe. And Cafe did have double the views of Rastov that episode too. But Rastov made more money than both of us. So good for him.
Yeah. That's actually the reason why I jumped on Milkers today, because Savage was talking about starting at 8 p.m. on Friday. They were going to do 2 sleep streams in the weekend. And Mike was like, no, you can't do that. That's a scheduled day. So then I jumped up there and I was like, first of all, how come Roxy's the only one getting punished today? Didn't Savage only run 23 minutes? Oh, she's getting hers tomorrow. I'm just wondering why Roxy's just the only one getting punished, right? And I asked her, so when are you doing a sleep stream? And she was trolling, of course. She wasn't really going to do that Friday. But she was like, well, Billy was able to run on Rastov's time. I said, the second half of his 4-hour show?
Okay, I waited till his 2 hours were up. We all get 2 hours. We all get 2 hours.
She was trolling. She was trolling. That's
why
I
all
jumped
get 2
up there.
hours here, right? One host gets 4 hours. What is this? What is this?
Okay, so there's more to this clip.
So here's your punishment. From now until May 1st, a lot of people are going to be trying out for Aussie. And the good guy Rastov, is going to have to pick his own co-host. Which means...
shit.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He's like, fuck, I have to make a decision.
no, you
Which
can't do that to me, dude.
Everyone is going to hate you who you don't pick.
I fucking knew you were going to do that yesterday when I fucking talked to you. I almost messaged you saying, I bet you're going to make me do this shit live, but I didn't want to put the fucking idea in your head. This is not fucking cool, dude.
It's no longer my decision. It's all on you, buddy. You're going to fuck over Tech Protect? You're going to fuck over Mitch? You're going to fuck over Buff Weeb?
Can I take anyone?
I mean, if he agrees to quit Nerds and go...
You know who he really wants? Deep down in his soul, who he really wants?
I hope he picks Twiggy.
He wants me. But I ain't leaving. I ain't going to Aussie. He's trying to steal your co-host.
You gonna hit play?
Oh, I thought you were going to say
you can
something.
have
You look like you're
early
about to say
one.
something.
What the
Fuck,
Fox
dude, you
Super
can't do
Chat at
that.
$20. The money that the Milkers made today had everything to do with taking Queen's time slot and zero to do with the effing trashy video of her house.
That's a fair point, but still,
It is.
there has to be a punishment. Dude,
I don't know what it is.
Savage went against me, and she went against Mike. I'm telling you, you can go to the host chat in the Discord. You can go to the announcement. I asked all hosts to not bring this up, and that video is directly linked to that whole situation.
And Savage is playing plausible denial.
Okay, so there you go. That's his punishment. He has to pick his own co-host.
He needs to man up and pick Twiggy.
Absolutely not. I understand you like chaos, bro, but absolutely not.
That'd be so
Let's not go
funny.
there.
That'd be so funny.
And I want to make it clear, Rastov definitely has not tried to poach me or anything. Okay, it's like a little running joke with me and Rastov. He would love to work with me, but he knows that my home is here, so that was just a joke.
Charles Lurch says Queens did almost 900 members. In your face,
Yeah.
milkers.
They did. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Danny said, "Psst, Billy, you were supposed to fight for your co-host." I'm a firm believer is if she
Thank you, Danny.
If she leaves, let her leave. And if she
Wow.
if she don't come back, she was never yours.
I would fight for you. Wow.
I don't have to fight for you.
I'd fight that big ass boogie if I had to.
And I don't have to fight for you. You're here with me for a reason. If I felt like I had to fight for you, I guess you'd be on Aussie then.
No, I won't, because guess what? I'm not getting up 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, so you don't have to worry about that, bro. I'm not getting up 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, okay? No, I'm not leaving here. Shit. All right. What else?
So we've covered the Milkers War with the Queens.
Yeah.
The war of attrition. they both did very well, made tons of money today.
They did. They absolutely did.
We were doing very well until we covered LolCow Live and the Beans bullshit. This is what happens every time we play clips, by the way. All our donos dry up. Everybody,
Yep.
we fucking go poor.
It's so funny. Keem is like, watch the clip. Watch the clip. Show clips of all the shows. Bro, do you not understand? Our audience rather for us just to sit here and talk about it. I mean, we'll show clips. Don't get me wrong.
Every other show gets to get away with doing what they want. But then we get fucking we do what we have to hear it from Tech Protect, where he's like, Keemstar said that you guys don't talk enough about Madhouse and that you don't show enough LolCow Live clips. You know that, right? You don't talk enough about Madhouse and show enough LolCow Live clips. You know that, right? Yeah, and then we don't make no fucking money. Fuck! They were rolling in. They were rolling. We were set to be millionaires. Zali and I were buying yachts. And we started doing what we were told. Now we're fucking dead. And now Zali and I are I lost 400 pounds. Starving. Space Girl number 5 says, that's it. We need to clone Xylee. What the fuck?
Oh, wait. I have something about Madhouse.
Let's go.
Okay, hold on. Let me, I got to pull it up, though, because it's obviously from yesterday's stream, because, they're after us. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I thought this was...
You mean they come on after us. They're not after us.
No, yeah. They're the show after us.
Because they're a broody bunch. If they were after us, that'd be kind of scary.
I know Bunny's weaknesses. Don't you worry. And I can take out Tech Protect. So really, it would be just you fighting Jaffe.
Just for you guys, East, we needed more baby Billy.
Bozzy TV. Oh, are we gonna baby Billy tonight?
I haven't heard baby Billy in a while.
I know. Bozzy TV. We might have to baby Billy for you.
We haven't seen baby Billy in a long time.
I'm gonna put up a 15-minute baby Billy goal, but every
no, don't make it 15 minutes. Make it. Oh,
we only have 15 minutes.
I didn't realize it was so late, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we spent 45 minutes talking about beans.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was so
we
late.
spent 45 minutes on cafe.
My bad, bro.
We're gonna there's a 15-minute baby Billy goal. If you don't know to do baby Billy, every dono give me an idea of what baby Billy would talk about, because Xylee did kill baby Billy actually. Prom Queen says sorry, but Rewind is boring. Well, lucky for you, Prom Queen, boring is back on the menu.
Hell yeah.
Doomguard Kino, you missed the most, actually. Beans successfully baited Keemstar into coming on Rewind like 5 times tonight. That's how.
He did.
That's how successful Beans was.
Okay, so this is what I was doing. My bad. Okay.
Options we have, because I don't think people are buying our merch.
Somebody sent our merch back, but I think it's because it said Tech Talk.
What?
Oh, the merch said Tech Talk on it?
Or something. I have no clue. I couldn't hear it, and you and them at the same time. All right, hold on.
About updating what options we have, because I don't think people are buying our merch.
Somebody sent our merch back, but I think it's because it said Tech Talk. I think.
I don't know.
I think we're breaking records over here. We were the only one on the list that had a chargeback, and I was like, Madhouse.
They were mad at us.
We thought they'd like it if we put maggots in the pocket, so our bad.
But
oops.
We have the default Madhouse cow hat, or we're thinking about adding the Fooder Claps hat on there.
And
with a little sassy. Well, it would have a sassy fetus on the back or something. We'll work on it.
No, we also have a little sassy. It's called Little Sassy Fetus Bar and Grill. And it's a hat and a little sassy's in the middle. I sent it to you if you can bring it up. I don't know where it is now.
Oh, I want to.
Does he bring it up?
Hang on a second.
I want to go to the Bar and Grill.
Search the message.
Oh wait, I want to see it. I want to see
buy
it.
Here though, because I made it here, but it'll be sold in the Lolcow shop. But what's that thing called? Streamlabs. Let me show you what this is. This is a hot seller. All the kids these days. All the kids want a little sassy fetus. And it's not feed us. You won't get in trouble. It's feed us. You see? Wink. It's a bar and grill. It's a bar and grill.
Show it, Jaffe.
Let me show it to you guys. I don't like the color yet. It needs work, but I'll show it to you anyway.
I like the Fooder Claps. I'd wear the Fooder Claps when in public.
Well, you wouldn't wear this one in public?
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
What the fuck?
What do you mean you haven't seen it yet? It's right here, you son of a bitch. Look.
He's so mean. To protect.
There.
For good reason.
Fetus. Bar and Grill.
It's a little sassy. It's where they feed us. The Fooder Claps. The Bar and Grill.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of not mad at that.
You gonna wear the little sassy?
I mean, I don't know if I would. I'm in a state of mind where I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I'm not like instantly cussing it out or anything. I don't know how I feel about that.
They're designing a custom coloring book over there too. That's really cute.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think Bunny's drawing it. I don't know.
Yeah, Bunny is very, very, very artistic. That girl has a lot of behind the scenes artistic skills. She's really good. She's a good animator too.
She's a boon to the LolCow community.
She's a good editor. Mm-hmm.
So is Jaffe and even Fingers McGee. I'm actually a fan of LolCow Madhouse. Supreme Leader Bread.
If you wake up at 8 a.m., the more you can play.
I'm a fan of the people over there on Madhouse.
I love
can't
the
say
show.
the content.
Are you gonna?
But I like the people.
Are you gonna wake up at 8 a.m. and play more Oblivion tomorrow?
Bro, I can't play Oblivion because the goddamn Discord can't stop adding me with every little thing that happens in this fucking universe.
One's 2 cents says Baby Billy saying, "Keem's not the mama." If you know, you know. Damn, dude. Buzzy TV. I think I'm gonna do Baby Billy for every Baby Billy dono for what people say to say.
Okay, go for it.
And then
Go for it.
once we hit the goal, we're gonna end the show in full Baby Billy like a psycho.
All right. We haven't heard Baby Billy in so long. I'm not even mad about hearing.
Wait till we end the show that way. I'm gonna piss you off.
Well, you know what, Billy? It's just another day that ends with a Y, with you pissing me off. With a heart. I'm giving you a heart.
We're gonna bring in Wookies on the Run. Wookies on the Run, how you doing? Earlier, Valentine's was in waiting, and I was gonna bring him up too, but I don't know if you're still out there. Sorry we didn't bring you up earlier. Wookies on the Run.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. How you doing? Are you a dog catcher?
Am I a dog catcher?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can actually see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not working on my end. No, I'm not a dog catcher. I'm a mobile speed camera operator. I'm that guy everyone hates.
Oh, who you catching today?
Just anyone on this road I'm sitting at.
Is there going to be a speeding ticket for us tonight when we go overtime and steal viewers from Lolcow Madhouse?
I tell you what, just for you, bro, I'll turn the machine off right before you guys go over.
My guy. My guy. Wookiees on the run. Anything you want to say about tonight's episode and festivities?
Yeah. I kind of wanted to lay out a little bit how insane of a situation this thing going on with Becky and fucking Savage is. Because, like, there was a lot of potential for, like, nuance there that I think was missed in the moment because everyone was pretty high-strung. Now, from my perspective, and it's a bit mixed, because on one hand, I totally understand where Keemstar and kid behind the camera are coming from by, like, don't talk about it, blah, 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 whatever, right? Like, it makes sense, but I don't necessarily agree with it. And the reason I don't necessarily agree with it is because, number one, before Becky became a host, in the interim from her being a guest to becoming a host, she was warned multiple times that anything is up for grabs. Anything that you can be attacked on, you will be attacked on. Like, Boogie warned her specifically when Queens first started, like, they're going to try and ruin your life, but you're going to make money doing it. And she was cool with it. Number two, we've already set the precedent within the universe that, this sort of subject matter is fair game as far as, like, content is concerned. We heard in very vivid detail, the time, place, and method in which Boogie was assaulted as a child by his own father.
But he was the one that put that out there, right? Boogie put that out there.
He put it out there, but he put it out there under the duress of Keem and Destiny, right? Like, he was kind of pushed into talking about it. That's where the whole "I begged you, Keem, I begged you."
He was the one that put the detail out there himself.
But he was, like, pressured into doing so.
When Becky puts up boundaries, Becky is telling everybody where the target is, where the bullseye is, where to hit her. But then when Keemstar and Mike say don't go there, he's telling us where the limits are. He's saying they're saying don't go there, right?
Yeah, no, you're right about that, and that's where sort of the nuance comes into play. And so you've got Keem in this position where this, unspeakable has happened, right? And by no means is it his fault, but he had a part in it, right? With the whole dating show situation. And so I totally understand why that's off limits. Now, regardless of whether I agree with it being off limits or not, I totally understand and agree with the fact that Savage should have listened to them. And so I think Keem
That's
and
what
Michael,
it boils down to. That's exactly what it boils down to. We were told not to talk about it. We were told not to show that video. Boom, plain and simple. She was not supposed to show that video.
She was told not to show it on stream, right?
Black
like
and
Mike
white.
told her not to do it on stream.
Yep. Black and white.
Yeah,
we were all told not to do it here.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. And so, like, I just kind of thought it was worth, like, kind of exploring a little bit how, like, Keem is kind of in between a rock and a hard place with this particular thing, because it's like there's a lot of different ways you can look at it and a lot of different ways you could justify talking about it, not talking about it, and ultimately coming down on the side of not talking about it is probably best for business, right? But at the same time, like, yeah, Savage did something she wasn't supposed to do. I don't think she should be fired for it, even though I don't think her content is very good. I just hope that the punishment is really, really, really funny.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, guys. I really enjoyed the show this afternoon. It's been a while since I've tuned in. Yeah, it was a good
Have you thought about hosting Lolcow Aussie?
Oh, I don't have the time for that, bro. I work like 70 hours a week.
What if I told you are Rastov, but cooler?
Well, I'm actually Australian. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in, Wookiees.
All good, man. Take it easy.
You have a good
Thank
one.
you for calling.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah,
he
was chill
cool.
guy. He was a chill guy. He is a speeder snitch, which makes him actually on the same wavelength as Rastov too. Rastov was child of cops, so they got that snitch blood in them.
They got that snitch blood. Snitch blood. Hell yeah.
No, I like him. He was ready to give his opinion. Good call in. Good times. Zali, we're coming down to the last 10 or so minutes of tonight's episode. What did we learn?
That I am very happy to be on here on Rewind with you as my co-host.
Yes.
That's what I learned today. Honestly, watching the other shows, I'm just sitting there going, sometimes I just don't feel it. Sometimes I may even get a little pissy. But I am fucking glad that I don't have to deal with this shit on my show.
Imagine if you and I were hosts of a show called Lolcow Butt Pain, and the entire episode was us going through different types of butt pains. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
This is a way better show.
Way better. Way better.
Seth Look says, I see your finger thing, Tech, and I raise you an up, up, down, down, left, right. A-B, start. Oh, shit. I'm bleeding.
Oh, no. No.
I'm bleeding. People are saying that's clickbait.
Bro.
What are you talking
What's
about?
clickbait?
I don't know. Lolcow butt pain. You sussy coming through with the cash cow. Says, sup, Billy and Ziley. What's up, you sussy?
I don't know, man. They're going crazy at Lolcow, and I would love to be able to play my fucking video game. Can I please play my Oblivion? Please? That's all I'm asking. I just want to be able to play Oblivion.
Oh,
Bro.
come on. Jinx Baby says, F it. Give me that baby Billy. Baby Billy. Poke Gaga says, Baby Billy.
Baby Billy and Mama Ziley want a yacht. Can Baby Billy say soy niña bueno? Someone asked me to ask. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Soy niña bueno.
Aww.
¿Quieres una baba? Leches para bebés. Baby Billy. ¿Quieres leches? Baby's milkies, please, mommy. Mama.
It's weird, dude.
You haven't done it in a long time.
Why are you so fucking negatively charged, Ziley?
I'm not negatively charged. I'm saying do the Baby Billy. Normally, I'd be cussing your ass out doing it. Excuse me for being positive about you doing Baby Billy.
You were like,
I'm sorry. The fuck?
I don't know.
Either you want me happy or you want me mad. Just let me know how the fuck you want me, all right? Goddamn.
True.
Shit. I'm being called negatively charged when I'm actually like, yeah, do the Baby Billy.
I thought
why are you being so negative?
I thought you were commenting on how poorly I did it.
No, I wasn't.
I guess you were
I haven't
saying.
heard in a long time. I actually fucking missed it, you asshole.
I guess I'm just so used to you being negatively responsive to it. I took your negative words. You haven't done it in a long. Haven't being the negative word.
Yeah, like I missed it.
I thought you were saying that I did it so terribly.
No, I didn't. That's not what I was saying.
Well, I'm glad I can get a negative reaction out of you either way.
Well, yeah, because you said I was negative, so I had to show you a fucking negative reaction.
Poke Gaga says, thank you, Billy. We were laughing our ass off. Baby Billy bilingual confirmed. They say bilingual babies they won't speak longer than other children, but that they're more smarter when they actually do start speaking. And they'll learn both languages quicker.
And that's why I'm so dumb, because I wasn't taught Spanish.
Poor girl. All you ever had to learn was 2 languages.
I know. Damn it. Huh,
Damn it.
Xylee, you're letting Bill gaslight you again. You see what I go through, Jenna? Do you see what I go through, Jenna?
Why is that a big deal?
Because it's funny.
People
It's funny.
People act like
It's funny.
People say I gaslight. I think I shine bright.
Sit here and try. Yeah, motherfucker. Go
I
ahead and sit there and try to say
shine
you don't.
I shine
dare
bright.
you. to try to
I
say you
shine
don't.
bright.
Oh, shit. I got to put it in redirect.
You better redirect.
I am.
This is what happens when you just sit back in my fucking brightness, when my bright light. You were enamored by my bright lightness that you somehow call gaslight.
Bro, the day that I'm enamored.
Just because
by
I'm cooking
you
with
is
gas.
The day that I will take a long walk off a short pier.
And jump right into the waters that are Billy Ocean.
No, it won't be Billy Ocean
Billy
I'll be
Ocean.
jumping into.
Wade into my water.
I won't have to worry about this damn universe anymore.
Xylee, don't speak like that. That sounds awfully akin to the words Becky was saying on LolcowRewind.
Oh no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do that.
You can't make idle threats like that, Xylee.
I'm not making a threat like that. That threat was not like that. Okay, that was something else. I ain't talking about doing all that. Okay.
We knew that, Xylee.
Maybe I want to go for a swim. Okay. Maybe I want to go for a swim.
We knew that, Xylee. I was bright lighting you.
I know. Yeah, motherfucker. Shit. Bro, this universe is crazy. Can we please have a normal day tomorrow?
Retro Nook says bye-bye.
Oh, thank you. I put the redirect in, by the way.
We didn't technically hit the goal, but what I will do is in the last few minutes, Baby Billy will come in and out of conversation just to piss you off. How's that sound?
I refuse to get pissed. Because I'm feeling petty, and I see that look on your face.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's LolcowRewind has been a wonderful ride. We've learned how to laugh, love, get along. What happened on Nerds today?
I already closed it down. Hold on. Let me go look. Not much. Not much as usual.
Yeah.
I don't think anything happened on Nerds. Let's see.
I think they did pretty well, though. They're doing really good. They're cooking lately.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Rastov had a fun show. Everybody's doing really well. Everybody's really happy. The universe was actually fucking on fire today. Anybody who's saying that LolCow universe is dead, everybody's cooking. Even Cafe had their fucking. If this is their death, they're going out on fire. They're
going out in a flame of glory.
They were on
That's
Rewind.
true.
They were on live. They were maximizing their minutes. If this is their funeral pyre, they're burning. Buff Weeb says we had a battle simulator today. Gang. I think I actually watched some of that. I can't remember. I remember watching Buff and Zay having a anime Q&A. Buff was asking Zay anime questions.
Oh, and Tech Protect, you're in the chat. I showed a clip from your fucking show, okay? Tell Jaffe.
I ain't gonna tell him shit.
God damn it. Y'all are killing me.
Thank goodness for Rewind.
We gotta figure out what we're doing for this weekend, bro.
You know what? No more clips on Rewind. If you want your show represented on Rewind, you bring us your clip and you sit on the show the same way someone comes on to a late night show and they bring a clip of their movie. If you bring us a fucking 20-second clip of your show and you sit down with us and you talk about it. Every fucking show, you come and you debut the best 25 seconds of your 2-hour fucking show. And you sit down and you say, this is what happened. And then we say, oh, yes, Tom Hanks. I love that clip from your show. Tell us more about the artistry it takes to sit and talk to people online. And then I'll kick you in the fucking pants and send you about your way. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, can we get Tom Hanks on? That would be amazing.
Yeah, Tom Hanks for the Lolcow universe. Xylee, anything you want to say to the kids?
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the memberships. And thank you for chatting in the chat. Appreciate it.
Wilson! Tom Hanks and Dennis the Menace. They both have two things in common. They're best friends named Wilson. What's a more inappropriate relationship? A man on an island with a volleyball named Wilson, or a little boy with an old man neighbor named Wilson?
Okay, the way you put it sounds really bad in this
I
day
don't
and
know.
age, but it was not like that. That was wholesome.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Dude. Shadow Humor, send some more donos, dude. You got about 24 seconds, dude. We're going to send you over to Lolcow Madhouse. Show them some love when you go over there. Tell them that Xylee is better than Sassy Fetus. Do that that greater than symbol. Xylee greater than Sassy Fetus. Go tell them that. Guys, go show Lolcow Madhouse some love. Thank you for hanging with us on LolcowRewind. Anything you want to say to the kids, Xylee?
Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Go enjoy Madhouse.
Good night.